Welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive. Today we're going to be exploring something really fascinating. Elusive dreaming. Have you ever had one of those dreams that felt incredibly real but just a little bit off?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, it's so vivid you could swear it actually happened. But then there's this one detail that's just wrong.
Exactly. Like maybe you're in your childhood home, but the furniture's all rearranged or the walls are a different color.
It's like your brain is trying to recreate reality, but it gets some of the details mixed up. It's super interesting.
So that's what elusive dreaming is all about. These dreams that blur the lines between what's real and what's not, leaving us with this lingering sense of unease even after we wake up. Why does this happen? What's going on in our brains when we have these dreams?
Well, during REM sleep, which is the stage of sleep when we dream the most vividly, our brains are actually incredibly active. Processing emotions, memories, unresolved thoughts.
It's like our subconscious mind is working overtime trying to make sense of everything.
Exactly. And because the subconscious isn't bound by the rules of logic and reason that our conscious mind uses, it can create these really bizarre scenarios that just wouldn't make sense in the real world.
That makes sense. It's like our subconscious is trying to communicate with us through these strange and symbolic dream images. But how is this different from lucid dreaming? Aren't those dreams also really vivid and often strange?
That's a great question. And while both involve these really vivid dreamscapes, there's a key difference. In lucid dreaming, you're aware that you're dreaming, and you might even be able to control the dream to some extent.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. Like you can basically become the director of your own dream.
Exactly. But with elusive dreaming, you don't have that awareness or control. You're just kind of along for the ride, trying to make sense of this distorted reality that your mind has created.
So it's like being in a movie where you can't tell what's real and what's not. And you have no control over the plot. No wonder these dreams can be so unsettling.
Yeah, it's definitely a unique experience, and it makes you wonder, if our sense of reality can be so easily manipulated in our dreams, what does that say about our perception of reality in general?
Whoa, that's deep. Are you saying that our perception of reality isn't as reliable as we think it is?
Well, think about it. Our senses are constantly filtering and interpreting information based on our experiences, expectations, and emotions. Elusive dreams show us just how easily our minds can manipulate this data to create these alternate realities.
So our perception of reality is more fluid and subjective than we might realize. That's pretty mind-blowing.
It is, and it makes you wonder if there's more to reality than what we perceive with our five senses. But okay, back to elusive dreaming. Why do some people seem to have these dreams more often than others? Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, that's a good question. Is it just random or is there something more to it?
Well, there's some research suggesting that people who are experiencing heightened stress, anxiety, or unresolved conflicts in their waking lives might be more prone to having these elusive dreams.
So it's like our subconscious is using these dreams to process these difficult emotions, almost like a pressure valve.
Exactly. And for some people, these dreams even seem to carry deeper, hidden meanings, like they're trying to tell us something important.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
So instead of just dismissing these strange dreams as nonsense, we should actually be paying attention to them, trying to figure out what they're trying to tell us.
I think so. It's like learning a new language, the language of the subconscious.
That's a great way to put it. It's like our dreams are trying to communicate with us in this symbolic, often surreal language. And the more we pay attention to it, the better we'll understand what they're trying to say.
Precisely. And who knows what we might discover about ourselves in the process.
This is also fascinating. So instead of just brushing off those strange dreams as weird or nonsensical, we should actually be trying to understand them. They might just hold valuable insights into our own minds and maybe even the nature of reality itself. So we've been talking about these elusive dreams and how they might be like messages from our subconscious. But how do we actually figure out what those messages mean? Is there some kind of dream dictionary we can use?
Haha, wouldn't that be nice? A dream dictionary that could tell us exactly what every symbol means. But unfortunately, it's not that simple. You see, dream interpretation is really personal. The same symbol can mean different things to different people depending on their own experiences and beliefs.
That makes sense. I guess it's like trying to understand someone speaking a different language. You might know a few words, but you need to understand the whole context to really get what they're saying.
Exactly. So for one person, dreaming about being chased might represent a fear of failure, while for someone else, it could symbolize feeling overwhelmed by responsibilities.
So how do we figure out what our own dreams are trying to tell us?
Well, one helpful tool is keeping a dream journal. Write down your dreams as soon as you wake up and try to capture as many details as you can.
That sounds like a good idea. I am terrible at remembering my dreams, though.
Yeah, a lot of people are. But the more you practice, the better you'll get at it. And even if you only remember bits and pieces, it's still worth writing down what you remember.
Okay, so let's say I've been keeping a dream journal, and I've noticed a recurring theme in my dreams. How do I start interpreting what that theme might mean?
Well, first think about the emotions you felt during the dream. Were you scared, anxious, excited? The emotions can give you clues about the underlying message.
So if I'm having recurring dreams about being lost, and I feel really scared and alone in the dream, it might mean I'm feeling lost or uncertain in my waking life.
Exactly. It's like your subconscious is trying to tell you, hey, pay attention to this. Something's not quite right here.
That's pretty amazing. It's like our dreams are giving us these little clues about ourselves and what we need to work on.
It is. And sometimes just becoming aware of these subconscious messages can be enough to start making positive changes in our lives. It's like shining a light on a problem that we didn't even realize was there.
This is all so fascinating. So instead of just ignoring our dreams or thinking they're just random nonsense, we should actually be trying to understand them. They might hold the key to unlocking some pretty amazing insights about ourselves.
Absolutely. And remember, dream interpretation is a journey. It's not about finding the right answer. It's about exploring your own inner world and discovering what your dreams mean to you.
So we've talked about how to interpret our dreams, but are there any techniques we can use to actually encourage these elusive dreams? Like, can we train our minds to have them more often?
Well, we can't really control our dreams directly, but there are things we can do to make ourselves more receptive to dream messages.
Like what?
Well, keeping that dream journal we talked about is a great start. Just the act of writing down your dreams can make you more likely to remember them.
Makes sense. It's like telling your brain, hey, pay attention to these dreams. They're important.
Exactly. Another thing that can help is creating a relaxing bedtime routine. Maybe taking a warm bath, reading a book, or listening to some calming music.
So by calming our minds and reducing stress before bed, we're creating a more peaceful environment for these dreams to emerge.
Precisely. And the more relaxed and open we are, the more likely we are to access those deeper levels of consciousness where these elusive dreams occur.
It sounds like there's a real art to this. Paying attention to our dreams, creating the right environment, and then taking the time to really reflect on what they might mean.
It is, and it's an art that anyone can learn. It just takes a little bit of practice and a willingness to explore the hidden depths of our own minds.
So we've been talking about elusive dreaming on a personal level, but I'm curious about the bigger picture. You mentioned something earlier about a connection to the collective human experience.
Yeah, it's a fascinating idea. Throughout history, people from all different cultures have believed that dreams are more than just random thoughts. They've seen them as portals to other realms, messages from the divine, glimpses into the collective unconscious.
Okay, hold on. Collective unconscious, what exactly does that mean? Okay, hold on. Collective unconscious, what exactly does that mean?
Well, it's a concept that was explored by Carl Jung, a famous psychologist. He believed that beneath our personal unconscious, there's this deeper layer of the unconscious that's shared by all humans. It's like a universal well of images, symbols, archetypes, even instincts that we all inherit.
Wow, that's a pretty big idea. So how does this collective unconscious connect to elusive dreams?
Think about those common dream themes we talked about earlier. Flying, falling, being chased, finding yourself naked in public. These themes pop up in cultures all over the world.
Right, it's like everyone has those dreams at some point in their lives.
Exactly. And Jung believed that these universal dreams are tapping into the collective unconscious. They're expressing these archetypal images and energies that are common to all humanity.
So in a way, elusive dreams could be seen as a bridge between our personal experiences and this collective human experience, this shared pool of unconscious knowledge.
That's one way to look at it. And it raises some really interesting questions. Like, if these dreams are tapping into the collective unconscious, what kind of information are they trying to convey? Are they giving us insights into the human condition as a whole?
That's fascinating. It's like those dreams are little windows into the shared psyche of humanity. But how do we even begin to make sense of that?
Well, it starts with paying attention to those common themes and symbols that appear in our dreams. And then instead of just interpreting them on a personal level, we can start to explore their possible meanings in a broader context.
So, like, Instead of just thinking about what that dream about being chased means for me personally, I might think about what it could say about our shared human anxieties or fears.
Exactly. And by exploring these universal themes, we might gain a deeper understanding not just of ourselves, but of the human experience as a whole. It's like those elusive dreams are inviting us to participate in this ongoing conversation, this collective dream of humanity.
Wow, that's a pretty profound way to think about it. So, to all our listeners out there, the next time you have one of those strange, unsettling, but incredibly real dreams, don't just dismiss it as nonsense. Pay attention to the details, explore the emotions, and maybe, just maybe, you'll catch a glimpse of something bigger than yourself. You might even connect with that shared human experience that's been flowing through our dreams for centuries.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Dreams, especially those elusive ones, they hold a power and a mystery that we're only beginning to understand.
Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible deep dive into the world of elusive dreaming.
Yeah.
It's been a truly mind-expanding experience, and I know I'll never look at my dreams the same way again.
It's been a pleasure. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep exploring, and keep wondering about the mysteries that lie within and beyond ourselves.